Evening, everyone. TMA, the fans' verdict. Let's get all your opinions through from the 1-0 defeat away at, I was about to say the Manor Ground then. It's a bit of an old school thing, mate. The Kazan Stadium against Oxford United. Like I say, disappointed 1-0 result. So, yeah, let's get all your... if you want to give a man of the match, you're free to do so, but we'll open that up as well. I know Tom's got a few candidates for that. So just a big shout out, as always, Mr. Major Tom and Dunk, finding him on Twitter, /Duncan_95 as well. So, yeah, cheers, boys. Thanks for joining us, ladies. So, yeah, Tom, I'll start with you, mate. Yeah, you look as tired as I am, mate, but you got up early today. What did you make of that?
Is that a stupid fucking question? Horseshit. If you want to put it in one word, horseshit. Spineless. Pathetic. Starting to lose patience with Cleverly now, because that was just criminal not putting a striker on again. No clear. Well, we did create enough chances. When is Georgie going to get some criticism for a change? At what point does he get exempt? Does his exemption stop? He was awful. A Bankra, you stupid prick. How can you complain about that second yellow card? It was a foul all day long.
See, their player should have got a yellow card, though, mate. I'm sorry to interrupt you. He should have got a yellow card for simulating, because apparently that's an automatic yellow card. Doing that, he should have been booked for that as well, mate. Sorry, mate. Go on. I bumped the. Oh, where's he gone? He jumped to. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted him there, mate. Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, go on, Dunk. You go, and we'll get him back in. But yeah, it's disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think on the face of it, we only allowed Oxford 2 shots on target in open play. So we were doing something right for a lot of the game, at least defensively. But it's the final third. Final third has been a problem that we've had on and off throughout the season, either because of Bio being out of form when that's happened, or relying on Kwadwo Bar, really, for a direct pace and trickery to try and force something out of nothing. And we're just missing that pace up front, which makes the omission of Vatter starting all the more frustrating. Where I thought that Tom Ince played quite well, and he was very unlucky to be subbed off. I think Sissoko, since he's been moved on to the right wing, has been respectable at the very least. I think generally, since he's been moved there. I don't think they're actually been much of the problem recently. It's been more our lack of creativity from Chak has been a big problem the last couple of games. Whether that's because he's got carrying a sort of injury, like a minor one, or whether he's just burnt out, which is also a possibility, because we have relied on him a lot. I thought earlier in the season he put in a lot of hard yard running, which he's not doing now. As Melanie said, Ciaralta had a very good game covering for Pollock. And if you can give man the match, he's not a bad shout for us. I thought Ngakia defensively was very solid. And the only reason Dembele for them really struggled to get past him. And the only reason he managed to get past him in the 80th minute was because a banker was sent off. And no player knew who was covering that position, because Cleverly was too slow to react to put someone on, which should have been James Morris, realistically. So we're a mid-table side. We don't have enough consistent quality and depth, as we've seen today, as we saw to a degree against Swansea, where we're lucky to get the win there, and the game before, where we did lose. We don't have the depth and quality to be consistent enough to be a playoff team. But compared to previous seasons, that's actually okay. Because we're making progress compared to what we've seen in the previous years, I think, overall, especially integrating youth and especially in seeing that connection across the club, which we have lost previously. Cleverly, rightly deserves criticism for how he set us up. He rightly deserves criticism for his either unwillingness or inability to react as he should have done to bringing on Vatas second half, swapping out Kiembe for Bio, for example, earlier than he should have done. But overall, we'll have up and downs because that's where we are as a club at the moment. Pidge?
Yeah, I'll go back to Tom because, like I said, I interrupted him earlier. Go on, Tom. What were you saying?
But there's something wrong with the sound. So that's
I can hear you.
why. Yes.
I can hear it.
No, I heard you. It just went quiet.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was trying to message you privately. Whether it's at mine or whether it's the tech you use, I don't know. Yeah. What was I saying before?
You're saying about Dave. When is he going to start getting criticism?
Yeah, that's when the sound went off.
You see what Melanie said about Shaq actually highlighted. I didn't know that until now.
Then why did he fucking play him then?
Exactly.
You know
Put
what I mean?
Vata in his place if he's injured.
That's why I'm losing fucking patience with Krebs. When is he going to be exempt from criticism? Oh, he's had a shit squad to work with. Fuck off, you picked the fucking line up, dickhead. Fucking hell.
Yeah, fair enough.
What a load of bollocks.
Sitting on the fence, I see there.
Oh,
yeah. Awful. Dave should have been off at half time. Why is he playing Kiembe and fucking up front, stupid dickhead? That's my rant over. Man of the match, fucking no one.
If I have to pick one, it'll probably be Syria. I didn't see too much of the game because it was flickering around. But the bits that I saw, I'll probably put Syria out. Incy's impressed me the last few games. I'm looking at the positives, mate. There's not many to look at it today because I think we missed the trick today. I think they were there for the taking. I do agree with the Dembele thing that you were saying, Dunk, that, you know, we did more or less enough, apart from obviously letting him in. A very good goal, by the way. I mean, you give him half a yard, he's going to put in that type of shot. And Selvik, to be fair, I was saying, well, could be another clean sheet, and then 2 minutes later that happened. So I'll try and keep my thoughts to myself next time. Spout them out. Luckily, I didn't put it on the forum because I look a bigger tit than I thought I was just thinking about it, let alone posting it. So, no, but I do feel a lot more confident in Selvik in goal. I think it was unfortunate. Obviously, Pollock wasn't there. Bank was going to learn from his mistake. He's been excellent for us so far. But today, he did let the team down. He wasn't the sole reason. I know Tom, in his post-match interview, did highlight that, that, you know, that certainly changed the game. I think in some terms it did, but we were just not convincing going forward in terms of creativity. And like I say, I'm just really repeating what you said there. But in terms of creativity, even against Swansea, and I think we were good value for that win on Wednesday. I keep thinking Tuesday night, Wednesday night. But at the moment, creatively bankrupt in a lot of areas. But my main standout player from the last few games is certainly Tom Ince. He's really, really impressed me. And I've not been a main advocate. I know Danny Irons said it a few times. I think you may have done it. And I think a couple of the boys on Sunday have said it. I know certainly Danny has when we were doing the Friday nights. He was always campaigning for Tom to get more game time. I mean, every time he's played this season, he's looked fit, fresh, puts in a decent performance. And he's average. I mean, minimum, he's getting 7 out of 10s every game, even when we're playing bad. And like I say, he's forever that little bit of a legend after his fantastic performance against the Scum as well. So, yeah, I agree, Melanie. She's a love it. So, yeah, he's really impressed me this season. I mean, I just thought he's not offering enough to stay last season, but this season, yeah, I'd have him at least. I'd have him next season as well, Incy, purely to be in and around the side and do a job. Sorry, go on, Dunk.
No, so I think his contract was extended by a year. I think this year. I think it was. So
we've
got him next year anyway. I think.
Cool. Right. Oh no, I'm glad with that because I think he can do a decent job for us next season as well. But I've been really impressed with him. Right, yeah, Gary. Evening, Gary. Just by the way, 26 years. The first game Danny Iron went to, Gary sent him to the Oxford game. So yeah, big shout out, big day for the Iron family there. Gary saying sorry, but the Oxford players should have had a second yellow. That's it. He's absolutely right. That's what I was saying. There. Sorry, that's when I was interrupting Tom, which I shouldn't have done. But I was saying that in the bits that I saw, and certainly in the highlights, I looked closely at it. And sorry, the guy's a dickhead for doing that. You know, in the laws of the game, he should be getting a yellow card for that. The rules are there to be. I mean, I'm not taking away the Banquer's red card. Fair enough. You know, it's a letdown.
It's a second yellow Stonewall.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not debating that. I'm not, you know, anything on that at all. Take that away from it. He should have got a yellow card anyway for doing that. He was just being a dickhead with that. A Banquer was never going to get the man. He was always going to go past him. But in the same instances, that guy was going to fall over anyway. He knew that, and he went in for it, and the guy fell over it, and he's going to get yellow. You can't really argue with that. But yeah, that guy should have got it. Yeah, he definitely should have got. Yeah, I'll pull the line up, mate. Oh, you got it as well. Really, we'll pull your one up. Your one looks better than mine. Yeah, your
like,
one.
To be honest, a Banquer had in the first half. We saw the best of a Banquer where he made a number of. A Banquer's style is very much high risk, high reward, and he's generally got it right for most of the season.
Yeah,
where he's able to carry it, unlike any of our centre backs and most centre backs we've seen. Even Wesley Hook couldn't carry it well, but his passing was fantastic. A Bank was a very different profile of centre back I've seen to anyone else we've had, where he's as comfortable carrying it as he is actually defending it. The only thing I noticed with a Banquer is that in the air he's quite vulnerable, but on the floor he's very solid. So it's a shame, but he is 21? He's going to get his first call up same time as Vata. So I think it's like 21, 22. Vata's like 19, 20. So it's easy for us, and they're playing at a high level. He should know better, and he will know he fucked up. But it is the sort of thing they'll learn from in the future, where a Banquer has to learn. If he's on a yellow, just let the man go. If he didn't have a yellow, absolutely, you can take that yellow. It's nice and safe, and it's stopping a tap. But if you got the yellow, let it go. It's not worth chancing another yellow card, where in that case it will stonewall how he did it.
Exactly, mate.
But I don't, as much as I am annoyed with him, it's a case you have to take it on balance of the context of where he is professionally and his age and development, which is easier said than done when we've lost 1 or even 3 points potentially, because the momentum was with us. I thought for a good amount of time today during the game, we were the dominant team. We played better. We made chances. We had Sissoko, Kayembe, a couple of half chances, Ciarolsa's header, which was palmed away. We'd made chances, and that can't be overlooked as much as it easy is to, because we are pissed off. Because we allowed Oxford into a game they shouldn't have won.
Yeah, true. I'm not. Not a lot of people are, happy clapping because I'm being positive here, but performance. Yeah, we should have won that. We should have gone there looking more attacking and won that. To be fair, but I'm just looking at the bench as well. A lot of them are homegrown, including Bond. I know he went and came back, and he's homegrown. Andrews, Messiah Edwards, Ramirez Espan, who I really rate. I think he's an excellent. I think Moulton as well. I mean, we've got. I mean, that's the positives there, and putting the other players there as well, taking away Bio. It's a very young bench and a promising for the future as well. We've got some good, cracking youngsters coming through, and we've got youngsters already there to make their mark as well. So, in terms of, it's not the strongest of bench in terms of quality, but in terms of future production, that's really positive. That the bench, if you're looking at it that way.
I think, and that comes from Cleverley, because Cleverley, because of its time as the under-18 and under-21 head coach, he knows those players coming through. He knows whether they're ready to contribute or not. And yeah, Melanie, I agree. Players like Chatfatadze, I think, probably applies a lot more to that. Vata will have for at least another year or two. Abankwa depends on what's happening with Udinese. I'd like him to stay again on loan again for another year. I don't think a permanent transfer is realistic with him because Udinese do rate him highly, and if their transfer plans in the summer are accurate, they probably will want him in the first team. But I'm hoping we can probably do something on that front. But we do have players that will be here longer term. Because I think Ngaki is getting better overall. Offensively, still has more work to do. But he seems to, at last, be over his injury issues, actually playing consistent games. And as I said with him before, quality hasn't been the big issue with him. It's been fitness. So, Larucci, again, had an all-right game. Sorry, Larucci, would you have him next season? Obviously, I think we're close to triggering his appearance.
I think we are going to sign him permanently. All the voices around to saying that. So I'd have him next season. I'd take another punt on Wiley for a season because he hasn't had time to really settle in yet. Bankra 110%. I think what will probably happen. I think, like Greg said, if it's the same ownership, come August, then we'll get him on a year's loan. I think it won't help. Is like you say, he's highly rated at Udinese, and it only makes sense, and it'll help us and help them if he comes to us for more development and we get another season out of a Bankra. Right, just before we get on, mate, just throw out all the comments. Like I say, this is the fans' verdict, fellow fans. So, Melanie, I was listening at work, and I think Siriata sounded like he played well. Man of the match, yeah, I agree with that. Mr. Crouch, evening, mate. It says time to drop TDB and Dave, or Shakatadze, but with Dave. Both been poor in weeks. Again, cleverly changed it too late. And why take Insoff and replace him with Bio? Melanie, Shaq had a problem in warm-up with his heels, according to TC. That's we've already covered that. I agree, Philip. This is Melanie. As a big TDB fan, that upsets me to be honest. She loves Incy. I've seen that dunk. I'll flash it up in a sec. Like I said, we've already shouted this out, but I'll shout out once again. Fantastic day for the Iron family. Gary saying, despite the result, was happy memories for me and Dan. 26 years now. What a trip. Yeah. Salute to you guys. Well done. Evening, Elliot. It's an evening. Guys, he's also said it's always the black kit curse. We can't win in the black kit, despite that Bankwa was stupid. And plus, why start Kimber at striker when Bayer was on the bench? Melanie, the problem is that we have players that these players won't stay with us, brackets unlike in the past. So they're learning their craft and then moving on almost immediately. Some of those youngsters from Dan actually need to play regularly now. Otherwise, we'll see what have before they'll be off. A bit like a few Dion Pereira and a few other people, to name a few. We got Harry and Mass went before we could see what he was really like. Melanie, they won't start the youngsters in the first team before the Youth Cup, in my opinion. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. They don't want to risk them for that because they've got a massive game coming up. Dunk, just before we get on, massive shout out to the women's team tomorrow at home at the Vic, 2 p.m. kickoff. Woody reported this on the forums as well. The bunker will be open from midday as well. Roy's opening it up, so hats off to Roy for doing that. So if you want to pop in there for a pre-match pint or soft drink, then please do. That's from midday. Obviously 2 hours before kickoff, so 2 p.m. kickoff. Free for season ticket holders. So if you haven't got your ticket already, get down there, support the women. And then obviously, if you can't, we'll try and not do too many spoiler alerts, and you just have to tune in to us tomorrow night at 8. With comfortably on your couch watching Mubdinho waffle on about non-league news and the women team. So yeah, good luck to the Watford women. Crucial game for them at the Vic. 2 p.m. kickoff tomorrow afternoon. Dunk. Did you say Cyril was your man of the match if you had to give one?
Yeah, him. And I know he was also partly culpable. Ngakia probably would be man of the match, but he'd probably be second to it, because I thought for the most part he shackled Dembele superbly. And I said the only reason he got past Ngakia for the goal was because Cleverley hadn't adjusted the team to fill in that hole, because he was too slow to react to it. Which is where the confusion of whether Ngakia was covering, whether Sierralta was shifted or whatever. So I don't want to be too down on a team where generally we've seen progress for the most part this season compared to what we saw last year. But it's just frustrating because it was so preventable. I think that's why we're so down on it. It's because it was preventable. Against Leeds probably a month ago now, is it? Not far off.
Yeah, about that.
We were second best. And sometimes it's easy to hold your hand up and say, we were second best, dust yourself down and move on. Whereas if you were generally the better team and you let it go like that, it's a lot more frustrating.
Yeah, no, I've been saying that as well. You know, I can take losing against the better side and giving 110%, and the team's just been either luckier or better than us. You know, you scratch your head, but you move on and accept it. It's defeats don't piss me off. It's the manner of the defeats. What's happening today was another one that annoyed me, because they were there for the taking, and if we play to our maximum, regardless of how many players we didn't have in there, or the right system. Oxford are a decent side. Don't get me wrong, and Rowett's a very good coach for this level as well. Yeah. But hats off to Rowett. He's a very good coach. But they were there for the taking, and we should be going there expecting the mentality to get 3 points there. And it was disappointing. And we need to do better, definitely.
I mean, I will say, at least this result doesn't do Luton any good, so I'm happy with that much. Yeah,
it keeps them at bay. I mean, how did they get on today?
They got a draw against Borough, but pretty much every other result they needed went against them, which is good. That's a shame, isn't it?
It's a real shame. Dan says, get what you're saying about clubs being late to adjust, but these are professional footballers. They should be able to see the gaps and move themselves forward. Look, I'll post this on the forum, mate, and I'll get your opinion on this and see what you think. But he does take a lot of the blame because he's the head coach. He knows that. He's not stupid. The buck stops with him. But the players need to take a long look at themselves and also say, look, we set up in a certain way. Did we give 110%? Can we just say it was a tactical thing? Because if it was a tactical thing, then I'd blame Cleverley. Can all the players put their hands up tonight and say, we gave 110% out there today? If they had done that, then 110% I'd be blaming Clevs. I'd be saying, look, the players couldn't give any more. You just set the team up wrong. Can the players say they've done enough today to warrant me saying it was Clev's fault? That's what you got to look at it sometimes when we lose. Did they do enough? You can set them up in the best formation ever, but if they if they don't play to their maximum, players have got to start taking a lot more of this blame. Cleverley will take it, but take a lot of the blame because he's the head coach. But the players have got to give their maximum. And then if they do, and we still don't win, then I'll say, well, did Cleverley set them up properly? Right, sorry, mate, go on. You've just posted this up.
There you go. So you can see, just to make us cheer ourselves up a little bit, that's the current table. Cardiff got a win, which me and Derby got a win as well. They're third on the bounce under Eustace, who I rate very high.
Throw that up a bit more, mate, because of the that's it, mate. Yeah, sorry, mate. Go on.
That's right. This gives me joy right here. A nice 4-point gap with a worse goal difference to boot.
Do you really think they'll go? The thing is, that would be shocking because they still spent a bit of money, even though it looks like most of them are. They should really. If Bloomfield keeps them up, then I think they'll start spending a bit of money. If he keeps them up,
it'd be funny if they went down.
I'll be hilarious. I really want them to go down. And look, don't get me wrong, but I think if they stay up, I think then they'll learn from what they did this season. They try to because they obviously looked and said, look, we've got the upward trajectory. Okay, apart from the season in the Prem, they kind of made out that they held their own. We're going down with pretty much the same side, apart from minus two central midfielders, you know, they should be really pushing for playoffs. Should be where commentary are.
Yeah, I mean, when we went down, I will say we did a good job not having too much of a hangover because losing is a habit, and Luton aren't out of that habit still. Because
we did in a way, didn't we? Because our season completely collapsed, didn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying losing is a habit, and it's very hard to snap out of it. And that's exactly what's happened here. As you said, they had most of the same team in many respects that they had previously. So I can see how it's happened, and it's something that you don't expect to happen to your team until it happens. Look at Sunderland, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, but look at Sunderland got rid of like 13 players. They signed 13 with a cost of, because I watched the Sunderland Till I Die as well. They signed like 1.5 million worth of players, which is 13 players. They got rid of millions worth of players. You know, half of them weren't even there, but they were still paying their wages, so they couldn't buy anyone. At least with the scum, they've come down without all that problem. Sunderland had a totally different atmosphere. I mean, it was a complete shambles. Sunderland, they had no owner. The owner wouldn't put any money in. They literally brought in a load of free transfers, didn't spend any money. All their star players are either on loan or not at the club, and it was just a complete shit show. I mean, at least with the scum, they're not in debt. They're just not spending money on the team because they're pumping it all into the new ground.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Right. Yeah, you've got that last bit's absolutely bang on.
I mean, if they went down, they'd be in a better shape than if Sunderland went down when Sunderland did, mate.
Oh, completely. Yeah, I don't like saying it, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah, you know, I can't stand them, but yeah, I think if they stayed up, they'd probably spend some money. But you know, in a way, there's two ways of looking at it. First and foremost, I love to see them go down 2 or 3 divisions. But then there's the other side. If they stay up, we get a derby next season. So, first and foremost, if someone said, "Don't sit on the fence. What do you want?" I want them relegated. Oh yeah, 100%.
Exactly the same. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Look, Oxford. Let's take. We've all gone on analysed about how poorly we were, but look, fair play to Oxford. They deserved it today. I think they were the better side, and Rowett's doing a decent job there. After the mixed fortunes at the start of the season, I think I think they'll be all right this season. And they're a decent team, mate. But yeah, it was just disappointing today. But credit to Oxford, they deserved it.
Yeah, I think I would say we were the better side. I think we deserved the win today, but ultimately, who took the chance? We did.
Yeah, who scored? So they deserved.
So
that's how I look at it. No, I can see what you mean in terms of what happened during the game. Yeah, you can look at it there, but I always say, I've said to you this a million times. I say this to Dean all the time. Unless you're cheated out of a result, you have not deserved to win that game. No matter if you had 99.9% possession, if that team scores 1 goal, they deserve it because you haven't done enough to win the game. If they win 1-0 with 1 shot and you've had 99, they still deserve it because they took their chance.
Yeah, again,
that's how I look at it.
What does the table say? 3 points Oxford. So
yeah, that's it. No one's going to remember the performance, are they?
Yeah, mostly. I think it's a case of it's easy to analyze and overanalyze every detail, but at a point where you just have to just go, fuck it, it's happened. What can you do now?
Yeah, they've got to bounce back quickly, I think. Yeah.
When's the next game? Is the international break now, I think, isn't it?
I think it could be an international break, mate. I think you're absolutely right. And then we're at home next. I'm just having a look as well. I did actually, it shows how much I've been looking at. Yeah, we've got 5th of April. Yeah. 5th of April, we've got Bristol City away. Then Tuesday night after that, Hull, West Brom away, Burnley at home, Portsmouth, Blackburn, and then Sheffield Wednesday. So, Bristol City are a bloody good side. I mean, Hull at home, I think we should get 3 points, but I think we should be looking at every game for 3 points. But Bristol City and West Brom are not going to be easy games. Burnley at home ain't going to be an easy game, but I can see us. Yeah, but I can see us getting something from that.
Yeah, because
the Leeds team were just on on one
Yeah.
that game. We were poor, but they were
That's what I
good.
was saying earlier. They were just a better side. You just have to go, okay, fair enough, it's happened. You can't argue that one. But yeah, hopefully for Plymouth, we'll have Quadro Bar back. We'll have Duomo back in some capacity. We'll get, and hopefully as well, as Melanie referred to earlier, hopefully Chak's heel injury can be better managed. I think the next game we have coming up against Plymouth, we should hopefully get a little bit more.
Oh yeah, Plymouth is next. Sorry, yeah, Plymouth, yeah.
Yeah, 29th
Yep.
Saturday, March. We should have a little bit more freshness to our attack because we'll have our midfield can be refreshed. It means we can rotate out Dele Bashir, who I think has been very underwhelming recently. And we can put Bar back on the right wing for 30 minutes or hopefully for more than that. But either way, we'll be a better side getting him back at the very least. And hopefully having Vata in the side as well going forward.
We need to, I mean, Plymouth are fighting for their lives. This is still going to be a very tricky game, but we need to go into that game looking for 3 points, bounce back straight away especially with the games coming up with, like say, Bristol City away and Hull. You know, they're not going to be easy games. But Plymouth ain't going to be an easy game. But we need to go there expecting to get 3 points. That's the mentality, not arrogance, just the mentality anyway. Exactly, mate. Right, boys and girls, we're going to be off in a second. I'll obviously try and get Duncan to have the last word, but I'll see you tomorrow night. Myself, Moobs, and Canadian Darren. I think Greg will be back next week. Dina will be back next week as well. His Tesco Wi-Fi's finally turned up, so he'll be back next week. So we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I know it's brilliant, isn't it, mate? See you tomorrow, 8 p.m. We'll put the comments up as well, so get your topics through on the forum. We'll see you then. But we'll finish off with this, mate. Going forward, what needs to change from the lineup?
I think we can rely on Ince more than we have. I think it's no coincidence that when Ince came off, I don't think that was the right sub today. I think it probably should be Kayembe, who's been trying, but he's not a number 9. But not for lack of trying for him. But I don't think it worked there.
No, exactly.
I think we'll have some of our players back. We'll have Duomo back, Bar back. Start integrating back into the side, and we should look a little bit more fresh for it.
See you later, guys.